Welcome to CaseWare Quick Vids for IFRS Financials. In this quick vid, I will demonstrate the features available to help you create alternative statement formats. Please note this quick vid will not cover detailed formatting and feature options. The items I will show will be applicable to all the knowledge libraries. However, the Note library and the Reporting by Directors paragraph library have a few additional features which you can view in the quick vid, creating alternative formats for notes. I will demonstrate 4 features to help you customize the formats you will use in your financial statements. These 4 areas will first be deciding the entity types that you support. Second is going to be to review CaseWare content and select the content you would like to make available to staff. Third, create your own unique firm content if necessary. And 4, set the content you would like to auto-generate by entity type. Once in the Knowledge Library section of the Firm Financial Options, you will decide on the entity types you support. By setting up entity types, you can have alternate formats generate depending on the entity type selected by staff. To define the entities, use the Entity Management feature. Clicking the drop-down will bring up the list of entities supported by financials. I'm going to select Division. Once it is selected, use the checkbox to make this entity available or unavailable. Notice, once it is unchecked, Division is no longer available. The second step is going to be to review CaseWare content that is included out of the box, so there may be no need to create your own content. Each component of the financial statements will have its own set of predefined format types. For this demonstration, I'm going to select to review the Statement of Income. Once selected, you are brought to the screen which looks very similar to the financial statements. In order to review the CaseWare content, select the Select Available Content button, or alternatively, you can select this option from the document drop-down. Within the Select Available Content dialog, you will notice CaseWare has provided 2 by function and 2 by nature income statement formats. To review this content, select each of the formats and use the Preview Content window to review. Please note the checkbox must be selected to review the content. Let's create an example of how this process works. I look at Format 1 by function and I decide, yes, this is exactly what I am looking for. I will leave Format 1 as is. Now look at Format 1 by nature and decide this needs a little modification to meet my requirements and needs. I look at Format 2 and I decide, no, my users will never use this type of income statement, and selecting the checkbox, this will hide the view from your users and they will never be able to add this format to their financial statements. Selecting OK will close the dialog. I have now successfully completed Step 2. I reviewed the CaseWare content and selected the content I would like to make available to my users. I am now going to begin Step 3 and create a unique customized statement format. Select the Add New Firm Content button, or alternatively, access it from the document drop-down. You are shown all the possible formats you can use to base your new firm format on. Remember how I wanted to modify Format 1 by nature? Selecting the radio button for Format 1 and selecting OK will insert this format into the knowledge library. An important step to complete is to provide a name for the statement format that all the users will recognize. If, for example, I need to create an additional format for a subsidiary or an industry-specific format, once again, select the Add New Content button. I can now see there is a firm-created by nature format. I can now base any additional formats off this statement which I've already set up with most of the customizations required to meet my specific needs. Selecting the radio button and clicking OK will now insert this format into the knowledge library. If I minimize the first format by selecting the Minimize button, you will notice an additional income statement format has been inserted into the library. Once all the custom formats are done, I will complete Step 4, which is to select the content I wish to auto-generate based on entity type. To do this, select the Content to Auto-Generate button or access it from the document drop-down. In the Set Content to Auto-Generate by Entity dialog, there are several radio buttons. Each of these radio buttons represents a different entity selected as made available using the Entity Management tool in Step 1. Holding the mouse over each of these radio buttons will display the entity type associated with it. For example, I may require private limited companies and partnerships to use one of the new formats that I have created. When I select the appropriate radio buttons, the format will be inserted when the users first generate the financial statements based on the entity type they have selected. Selecting OK will close the dialog. I have now completed the steps necessary for successfully reviewing, creating, and setting content to auto-generate in the knowledge libraries. Selecting the back button will return me to the firm financial options. It is important to point out these procedures can be done in all the libraries. However, the Notes library and the Reporting by Directors library have an additional content management feature which can be viewed in the quick vid, creating alternative formats for notes. Thank you for watching CaseWare Quick Vids.